Good afternoon and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison. Certainly glad to have you today. And as always, we want to thank our sponsor, BTC Fiber. And you can always see these interviews on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as cable channel 18. And we want to thank our sponsors, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Roll Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So if you're in the Pikeville area, go by and see those fine folks. I'm sure they'll welcome you in and you can see what they have to offer. And today with our program, we have Bill Wolfe. He is the minister here at the Lee Station Baptist Church, and it's good to have you today, Bill. We appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you.
And before we get into some of the things we're going to talk about, let's talk about a little background about Lee Station here, or sometimes you affectionately call it the station.
Right.
And also your background here.
Well, my mother grew up in Pikeville, and we moved back here from Michigan when I was 7, and I grew up the rest of my life. I've been here ever since, and I work in Dunlap at Citizens Bank along with pastoring Lee Station. Lee Station Baptist was formed here in this community in 1939.
Wow!
And so it's been here for quite a while and been a staple in the community. I've been pastoring here at Lee Station for next month will be 20 years.
Really, that long? Wow, that's great.
Yes, sir.
I know that you've got a lot under your belt there, a lot of experiences, and seen a lot of things come and go, haven't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure have.
I'm sure that experience has given you a lot of experience, life experience, as well as ministerial.
A lot of life experience, yes, sir, along with the ministering and being able to love people and help them and meet their needs.
And I guess one thing you found out in ministry, there's never a day that goes by that something doesn't always come up and surprise you, right?
Yeah, that's correct, sir. Every day, it sure does.
I mean, there's always something new that you didn't expect or hadn't thought of that maybe the world thinks of.
Exactly, a new situation to help, yes.
Yeah, mm-hmm. So your job is constantly changing from day to day.
Constantly changing in the ministry, new ways to reach people, and thanks to BTC for helping us reach people like we can through their network.
Well, there's a lot of, especially since the COVID-19, there were a lot of churches everywhere went live.
Yes, sir.
YouTube or Facebook or whatever means they have, but they went live to bring their services to their parishioners at home.
Yes, sir. And we've done that as well, and that's a great ministry. We want to encourage people to come back now, but
Yeah.
but for those who won't or can't, it's a great ministry to reach them.
It certainly is, because that way, if you or even if you come up and you're sick one morning, wake up sick, and you don't feel like coming to worship, you can have that option.
You have that option of watching it on Facebook or on YouTube, like you say, and it's a great ministry, and we have a lot of folks who just won't come for whatever reason, but they will watch it on Facebook or YouTube.
Well, roughly about how many members you have here at the station now?
We run about 50 to 60 people every Sunday morning.
Okay.
And so it's a good crowd, growing.
Well, that's a good number, considering, because a lot of congregations now their numbers are going down.
Exactly. Yeah, we seem to be on the upward swing right now, so that's good.
And also a lot of congregations have come up since COVID's kind of, I won't say it's over, but all the restrictions and everything
have been lifted. Yes.
So people are getting back to worship.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's correct.
Well, here at the station, I know y'all have the House of Hope, which is what y'all call it.
Right.
And explain a little bit about that and what it does.
We founded the House of Hope in 2014. We were given a house in downtown Pikeville to do ministry out of, and that's what the lady who donated the house said. I want you to do ministry out of it. We did there for about 6 years. And then we built the building across the street over here and moved everything to this location. And we have, furniture, clothing, all kind of things like that, along with the food bank. Glenn, we have been given cars to find homes for people who need automobiles. So we've been given a little bit of everything, and we never sell anything that's been donated to us. It all goes back to to free, and along with our food bank. And so we have helped thousands of people over the years. We get calls from, we work well with different agencies. We work well with both the sheriff's departments and city law and departments in both Bledsoe and Squatch County. We work great with Sethra. Sethra and the House of Hope have a great relationship. They call us when they have folks in need that they at the current time can't help, and so it just works out well. And those folks know that they can call us, and if we're able, we're going to be able to help them, and which we do. And the Lord always blesses. The people in our area are so generous. When they know where their money's going, they are very generous in helping and meeting the needs. We have several businesses that contribute to the House of Hope every month, along with several individuals who donate every month. And so we're blessed, and then we're able to pass that along and help. We meet several different needs. We helped a lady one time whose well went out, and she needed the electric wire to run from the top to the bottom to the pump. We were able to help do that, and send some guys out there to help to replace that and get her water pumping again. And like I said, we've had 2 cars donated to us, and we're able to find them good homes where people needed transportation so they could get back and forth to work. So it's been a blessing.
Well, I find that a lot of times when, like you and I and others, we get busy in our everyday life doing things that we need to do, like work or maybe we're doing other things, and we get caught up and we forget about people. We don't realize how many people actually need the help. Exactly.
And there are a lot of people out there who have legitimate needs. And there are a couple things that we're working on here at the House of Hope that are going to be beneficial to the people that maybe need a night or two to stay. They're homeless for whatever reason, just need a night or two to stay. And we hope that'll come along maybe about springtime of next year. It's not going to be a homeless shelter or anything like that, but we're in the works of getting all the legalities and everything worked out to have just where they can stay just a couple nights if they need it to before they can get a permanent residence. So,
in case somebody got burned out or something.
Yes, exactly. Things like that. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's a good reason. And we have the resources here. If somebody does get burned out and they need household items of every kind, we have all that. We're going to have a big benefit at the Squatch County Rescue Squad in November, and they'll be seeing more and more about that, where people donate items. Businesses donate items, and then we auction them off. We've done this back before COVID and done really well with it. And so there again, the businesses and things are real generous. That's one important reason to push shopping locally.
Right.
Support our businesses, and in return, they support the charities that are around. And so it's very important that we support our local businesses.
Right, and you're talking about the needy. A lot of people, with COVID, that affected a lot of people that were doing okay, or they were making ends meet.
Exactly.
But with COVID and being without jobs and a lot of other things that caused them to have to be in need.
Exactly. We saw that they had to be out of work for a couple of weeks, and to lose 2 weeks' pay. If they didn't have vacation time or whatever,
right.
I mean, that put them out, and we're seeing, we saw a lot of people in need of food, a lot of people help with need of electric bill or fuel, and winter's coming on, and I feel like, and I've talked with other people, that we are going to be a lot of people are going to be in great need during the wintertime this year. Fuel prices,
yes.
I heard it's going up by 17%, and it's going to take a bite out of paychecks or checks that people draw. So, and that's going to be a big need. So if you're watching and can can contribute, to help out these folks that are in need. Elderly people, we see a lot of elderly people who have a need to help purchase prescription medicines. The program that they're on or whatever just doesn't cover all their medication needs.
Right.
And medications are expensive.
Yes, they are.
I mean, you and I know that from what we take. So it's expensive. So we can reach out and be a blessing to these folks, and by meeting their needs and allow them to be healthy by taking their medication. So.
Right, because a lot of times, especially elderly, they have to choose between food or prescriptions.
Yes, exactly.
And, it's a kind of a death wish there. You got to have your food, but you got to have your prescriptions
as well. Yes, yeah. We've had them call and say, we bought our medicine, now we can't pay our electric bill, or we can't buy food, or whatever. And I always tell them, don't do without. You call us, and we'll do something to keep it going. So.
Well, and that's the thing. We need to, like I said, a lot of times we're busy thinking about some of our own things ourselves sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And not that we're being selfish, we're just thinking of things that we have to do.
Right.
And we forget that there are people out there that really need stuff.
Yeah, and they have true legitimate needs like medication, like electricity. And so we have people who work hard, and they may have 4 or 5 children, and it's expensive. It's expensive to raise one child, let alone 4 or 5. So they may just need that extra to get them over the hump, and that's what we want to do. We want to help those and that are truly in need, and we want to be a hand up, not a handout.
Right. And most people that I've known throughout the years are very appreciative of the help.
They are. It is amazing, the people. We talked with a lady the other day who needed some winter clothing for her grandchildren, and she said, I can't afford to go buy new, but I will make a donation. And and I said, well, you don't have to do that. No, but she said, I want to do that. And I said, that's fine then. And so they are appreciative of the food and the clothing and the things that they get them. We've been able to help people with all kind of appliances, bedding. Now it may not come in often, but when it does, there's a home for it already. So.
Right. Well, like you mentioned, like appliances, if an appliance goes out, I mean, you're talking hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds of dollars, yes.
And a refrigerator, which used to, you could get one for less than $400 or $500 years ago, but now they're $2,000 and $3,000 or more.
Yes.
And you can't just go out and buy one anymore.
No. It's very difficult. So we'll have people who are able to purchase a new one, but their old one is still working, and they call us and say, hey, I've got this refrigerator and there's nothing wrong with it. We just upgraded. Can y'all use it? Well, the word is absolutely yes. And we find them good homes to people who need one. And that way they're able to, we've had people call and the refrigerator went out, and they might have just gone and gotten groceries, and they've lost all the, the non-perishable items. So we're able to get them a refrigerator and help them out that way.
Yeah, and of course, right now, as we mentioned, food, that's on everybody's mind because the price of food is going to skyrocket.
It is skyrocketed. It's unreal, and right now we don't see no end in sight to that.
No.
They say it's keeping going up instead of stabilizing or coming down. So it's sad. A dollar just doesn't go as far in the grocery store as it used to.
No, I heard some of the dollar stores are now raising their prices to $1.50.
Yes.
It says dollar stores to $1.50 or $2.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
I mean, everybody's getting crunched.
We really are. The working people are getting crunched, and the working poor are they're getting crunched, and it's sad, but that's what we're here for. I think the Bible teaches us to help those that are in need. It says the poor will always be with us.
Right.
And that's what we're here to do. And I think that's what I talked to the church about this the other week, and the Lee Station is, I feel like, at least during my tenure here, is called to minister to those in need. And I think the people here do a good job of that.
Well, and You know, when you get everybody thinking about that, because everybody wants to help.
Yes.
I think in general people want to help.
They do.
And when you look at the programs, I'm not so much familiar with the ones in Pikeville, but I know they work as well. But like in Dunlap, for example, the Lions Club, at the food drive at Christmas, and
yes.
that feeds hundreds of families.
Yes,
and
it
the
does.
toy drive, and,
Yes.
and things like that. So people are willing and more willing to
Yes.
give
Mhm.
and help out.
But they really are, Glenn. We live in a generous valley. The people here up and down the valley are very, very generous. You can probably talk to Sheriff Morris up here, and he'll tell you that they do a big toy drive at his
right.
department up here, and it is amazing what they take in. We're not in competition. We work together
Right.
with them and with the other organizations up and down the valley. And it's, it is just amazing what takes place.
Well, it really is. And when I know years ago when I was helping with the Lions Club, storing all their toys at the rescue squad.
Yes.
And a man drove up, and I used to collect Hot Wheels when I was smaller.
Yeah.
And he drove up and he said, "Well, I'm gonna donate all these." And I said, "Okay, what you got?" And when he opened up his trailer, it's all Hot Wheels. I thought, man,
Yeah.
that was a lot of money.
Yeah,
I mean, really,
yeah.
because he had some old ones.
Some
I said,
vintage.
"Man, how much you want?"
Yeah, yeah.
And but the whole thing was, he that was a sacrifice.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he wanted to give it to someone else who could appreciate it.
Child who would appreciate it. Every year and since COVID, we used to have them come into the fellowship hall when we do our toy giveaway here, but now we have them come through. They'll drive through they'll drive through there, and we'll hand them toys that way and hot chocolate and things, and we'll serve about 125 children on that night, and it's just a great. We have a couple. The lady's husband since passed away, but they started doing this years ago here at Lee Station. And they go out and buy the majority of the toys that come in, and it's amazing to see the smile on the children's faces to know that they'll get something, because without the programs like you said, the Lions Club and the Sheriff's Departments and churches that give kids, a lot of these children might not have something on Christmas time.
Right. Well, I know especially in Pikeville, Embers Ice Cream, they collect toys, and several other businesses do collect toys for Christmas, and that's coming up pretty soon.
It'll be quick. It'll be quick.
Because after their fall festival and everything, they're going to start focusing on on that.
And Fall Festival in Bledsoe County is this Saturday.
Yes.
And it's going to be an awesome time in Pikeville, so we need to tell them to get out and enjoy a great time.
And it will be a good time. There's I think over. They mentioned last night at the chamber meeting, 87 vendors.
Yes, that's probably the most we've had in several years. So,
and I'm excited about that. I think it'll be great. Of course, down in Dunlap, they have their Oktoberfest on Friday night, and then the Cycle Sequatchie on Saturday.
Yes, it's going to be a great
So there's
day.
a lot of things going on in the valley that people can participate in.
Yes, a lot of things. And then if you don't mind me plugging Citizens Tri-County Bank, the next week on the 8th, we're going to be celebrating 50 years. So you come out and see Glenn and John and have a great time and a lot of food and fun that day. So come on out.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today. And matter of fact, I was in the bank today.
Yeah.
And I saw the flyer and I thought, oh yeah, I remember that.
Going to be a great time.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the House of Hope, I guess. It's as I said, people. They don't want to see children go without.
Exactly.
None of us do. So that's why I guess people open their hearts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then around, of course, Thanksgiving coming up, there's places that have big Thanksgiving meals.
Yes.
That come up, and I believe Dunlap First Baptist they've done it before.
Yes, Brother Richard and his congregation do a great job of doing meals. They have the facility now to do it at their church.
Right.
So they do a great job there at First Baptist Dunlap.
And and it's the thing where no questions are asked. You just come.
Just come and get it.
Just come and get it, and that gives me a lot of joy to see people enjoy that.
Yes.
Because I used to tell my students that a lot of times I said, when you go to the mall, I said, you think about going to Chattanooga and going to those malls over there. I said, but a lot of poor children here think about going to Walmart as the mall.
Yeah, they do. Yes, sir.
And I'm not trying to downplay Walmart or anybody else. It's just that our opinion, our ideas.
Yes.
And
yes.
So we have to think of others in that process.
We do. Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, Walmart's a fine place because there's plenty of things, as we mentioned, food and toys and clothing there.
Yes.
That many places use.
Exactly.
To use for their Christmas drives and other drives. So, and that's interesting about the cars, you said, though, because, people don't understand, well, maybe they do now more. A lot of people, of course, the price of gas really hasn't
yes.
Affected a lot of people not traveling as much as they used to.
Right.
And I was really worried that it might even affect people who maybe travel a long way to go to church.
Right.
Right. Thinking, well, they want to, but maybe they've got to go to work. A lot, spend more gas going to work, and they don't have the extra,
to get to church. Exactly.
And so that affects. So really, our economy affects everybody.
Everything and everybody. Yes,
and so, not that because I do believe, I'm like you. I believe you ought to put God first, and I'll put church first.
Right. Exactly.
And I think most people try to do that.
I think so. Yes, sir.
But when you get to the economy, we can't sit back and judge on people. And,
no.
Or maybe people have come across, like you said, hard times. Sometimes that we not aware of.
Exactly.
Maybe they had some bills they had to pay that they were behind on already, and that took care of their money.
Exactly.
And now they're kind of stuck.
Exactly. They sure do. They have a lot of situations maybe that health reasons or whatever, and we're here to help. We're not here to judge.
Right, and the idea about talking about the medicine earlier,
Mm-hmm.
that's a big thing because you and I know the cost of medicine
is very expensive.
Yeah, and I noticed, I think it was today or yesterday, they're working on the cost of insulin.
Yeah, so that'd be a great thing.
Oh yes, because I know when I got on my retirement, when I started taking my Medicare, I checked my insulin. It was going to be like $1,000 a month. I said, I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I talked to my doctors, and they said, well, here, we've got a program.
Yeah.
And they helped me out that way. And
yes.
I was really appreciative.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because
I don't know many people that can afford $1,000 a month for one medication.
No.
Yeah.
And I have plenty of them. I take about 15 pills a day. So, so that's important for people to know they have an out.
Yes.
That they can come to and say, hey,
yes.
Can you help?
Yes, sir.
And
yes.
And I know probably all of us have, from time to time, and I don't mean to be negative, have been burned by some people that that just do it and take advantage because it's there.
Yes.
But that's like this 1 or 2%.
It's a very low number, and we feel like the Lord will handle that because we've done what we're supposed to do.
Right. I mean, we do what we're supposed to do, and then the Lord takes care of the rest.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And because you can't grow if you don't plant the seed.
Exactly.
Excuse me, my throat. I can tell it's the fall weather.
Yes, sir.
Well, are there any other services here at Leaf Station that y'all offer that you'd like to mention?
Just I think we've talked about basically everything that we do. We want to meet the needs of the people. There's not a need that can't be discussed, and we'll try to help. And we just love people and want to see their needs met.
Well, how do they get in contact with you here? Or do they contact you, or
they can call my cell phone number at 423-667-2287. And most of the time, if you'll just leave a message, I will get back with you. Or they can text or call me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, good. And because that way we can get that message out to people that need to get in touch.
Yes, sir.
Well, good. Well, Bill, it's been a pleasure to be with you today, and I'm certainly glad we can get this out, and especially thankful for House of Hope. I know there's there's several churches down the valley that have a lot of things that do exactly what you do.
Yes, sir.
And so it's nice to know because everybody's thinking of others other than themselves.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And I know y'all been doing this for a long time, and because I know people mention y'all's names quite a bit.
Yes, sir.
I hear it quite a bit. I hear it out there, so that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, yes, sir.
It's always been a good thing.
Good, good.
I haven't heard any bad things.
Wonderful.
So it's a pleasure being with you today, Bill. We appreciate you being with us.
Appreciate you, Glenn. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. And as always, folks, you can see our interview on BTC Fiber's YouTube page as well as BTC Fiber's cable channel 18. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Embers Ice Cream of Pikeville, Nickel Row Antiques of Pikeville, and White Wagon Bed and Breakfast of Pikeville. So until next time, have a great day.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn Edison from Valley Views. We appreciate you watching our shows, and we would like for you to like, share, and follow us on Facebook, as well as like and subscribe to our YouTube page.